keep the breathing space. It's what the visitors want. Shall I go on or cut it short?
No. Let's go another minute.
Another minute, right, here we go. I'll speak slowly. There are hints in the news that the Chinese are going to come flocking here. We've given them our industry, and it's not only China, it's India, Brazil, Russia, and other countries. They're being encouraged to give us their tourism in exchange. Who knows what the future holds? The community cooperative think that due to the scope of this development, it is inappropriate that consultation should mainly be through the community partnership route, especially with the disarray that the Tormahun community partnership is in at the moment. It is an issue of relevance to everyone in the Bay, and so needs to be put out to consultation to the public as per this meeting. As it means loss of visual amenity, i.e. the view, and loss of public green space through development on a public promenade, and the provision of parking and necessary access over an open green space. Thank you.
Ben Shaw, everybody. So, what's the problem? The Bay's, the Bay holiday industry is supposed to be Bay nights people, 22% down in the last 5 years. So what do we do? Build another hotel, some more flats, some more shops, cafes, restaurants on the harbour side. There's already at least 50 eateries around the harbour, Torwood Street and the bottom half of Fleet Walk. There's 6 cafes, restaurants already on the Princess Gardens area. 4 of those will go when the pavilion changes to a casino, presumably. And the pavilion is half empty, the shops, as you might have seen. So, and those people there, I think, have probably got first option to go into the new ones under the flats. Now these flats, as we've seen with we haven't got the sign here now, but the Herald never shows them from the land side looking out. These flats, and I've measured it by the plan that we've got from the developers. The theatre is approximately 50 by 35 metres. These two flats next to them, the 2 block of flats, are going to be 40 by 25. They're going to be as tall as, if not taller. The pavilion is mainly 3 stories high, 4 at the end with the stages. So you're going to get 2 of them. One of them will be, both coming on from I can't show you on this picture, but from about a gap of about 20 or 30 metres from the backstage of the theatre, and that's where the car park, the entrance to the underground car park is going in. We are told the gardens are safe, Princess Gardens. Well, they're talking about just the bit where the fountain is, and that Princess Gardens stretches from the pavilion to the theatre. And how do I know that? Because if you go by the 20 yards from the theatre, there's the commemorative stone where Princess Louise of the House of Gardens got the name. In 1890, laid the great big granite block there. And just a few yards away, to make sure we're still in Princess Gardens, there's a council sign, which I think was shown on one of the photos today, saying "Welcome to Princess Gardens." It's between the first wooden little shelter and the back of the theatre. We've been called NIMBYs by people. Now, NIMBYs means not in my backyard. Well, Princess Gardens is in nobody's backyard. In fact, it's our prime front garden site on the seafront. And I just saw a quote this is one of my quotes from one of my late letters. Both the letters that the Herald managed to put a nice picture in of the gardens, just showing the fountain and that. Well, a quote from the scrutiny meeting, which was about the 17th, 19th of August, where Councillor Bent, who was standing in for the Mayor and the Deputy Mayor, stated, it could only this is talking about the development, It could only enhance what is already there and complement Rock Walk. Well, he and others don't seem to realise that Princess Gardens are included within the National Register of Parks and Gardens of historical interest and contains a Grade 2 listed monument, the memorial and the fountain. These are the people who are going to lead us into the 21st century, supposedly, for a new age for Torbay. Well, we've got this, I just said about the hotel. We've got a new hotel proposed in Torbay Street. That is going to be enlarged now because they've taken out the cinema, which I thought was the only best part of the scheme. The Pond Court, hopefully one day, if someone can find 5 million, will rise from its ashes and be another nice-looking building on the front, hopefully.
I saw 7 stories. They're proposing 7 stories.
Well, yeah, I'll go for 5, especially on the cliff end. And we've got the old Belgrave Hotel, what's it called, the Premier Inn. They're just putting in for 60 extra bedrooms extension, probably on the side, not on the top. They've got a lot of room there. So that's another hotel, virtually. And we just had the Sherwood Hotel close in Belgrave Road. We've had the Churchill's Hotel up on the Dabbington's Downs close. The Queen's Hotel is now the Queen's Flats on the harbour side. Above the harbour, underneath our 3 beloved ugly sisters of Shirley Towers, was the Riviera Hotel about 10 years ago. Now it's a block of houses. And above Princes, not Princess, a hotel up above the Imperial. That is now flats and offices. So we need another hotel. I mean, also on just as recently, Conway Court, is it on Abbey Road? Put in Moran Road, sorry, put in for planning for demolition and into residential flats. Lovely views up there, much higher up than Rock Walk as well, and they're free if you can get in between the flats. Also, Shedden Hall Hotel has just apparently been going for 3 years, fighting to get change of use from the hotel to self-catering, about 9 self-catering flats and 14 residential. The council, I just read recently, they've turned it down again or something. They said 4 stories high was too high there. They thought it was too high in a conservation area. Well, I don't know what they're going to think about the 12-storey block that's proposed down by the harbour side, our iconic statement block we're proposing to get. 12 stories, you think the ugly sisters are only about 8 stories high, so you're going to have 1.5 times them. Beautiful. A few more little quotes to get our...
2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. A couple of quotes. This is the planning book mainly for house owners, but it also applies, I've been told by a top planning officer, to general planning. And it reads, the purpose of the planning system is to protect amenity and the environment in the public interest. It is not designed to protect the interests of one person over another. Within the framework of legislation approved by Parliament, councils should try to ensure that development is allowed where it is needed, while ensuring that the character and amenity of the area are not adversely affected by new buildings or changes in the use of existing buildings or land. When I read that out to the scrutiny meeting then, it was obviously ignored because they voted to carry on with this proposed development.
1 minute.
Right. Worse to come, because I don't know if you've heard, is Mr. Barrack still here? I've spoke to him a week or 2 ago about it. There's a Torbay building height strategy, which is supposed to be out, well, it's supposed to be out, he told us, he said the end of June, middle of 6 weeks, middle of August. Well, it's 2 months since then. It's due out, I think, in any time now, presumably. It's a couple of weeks' time. That says, Torbay Building Height Strategy Guide, Future Building of Height in Torbay. We're importing planning document and will set out and recommended building heights for different areas of Torbay, set out the circumstances and location in which that height can be modified, provide guidance for the location and design of taller buildings. So let's hope we get, and mind you, it's